Tonight's number 10, Washington and Arizona State. The Devils started off hot. Eno says, oh no, I will get into the end zone. 7-0 Arizona State after a Chase Lucas interception. But the Huskies were able to respond quickly. It's Jake Browning, who looked very good in this ball game, finding Aaron Fuller over the middle, wide open for a Washington touchdown to tie the ball game up at 7. Then how about this highlight reel catch? Browning to the pride of Provo, Utah, Ty Jones, a highlight reel catch to put the Huskies on top 13-7. Nothing Arizona State's defense could do to stop Jones right there, and the Husky fans love it in Seattle. This was the big play of the game, however. Jake Browning, it was a 3rd and goal, rolling all the way out to the right side and eventually finding his tight end, Cade Otton, for 5 yards. This made it a 2-score game. Arizona State was able to score and cut the deficit to 27-20, but they fell just short. 27-20, the final score. The Devils fight, but ultimately could not beat number 10 Washington. Although the Sun Devils' upset bid fell just short in Seattle, ASU did have some bright spots. Joining us live from Sun Devils Stadium is Alex Gaul.
Yeah, Braiden, the Sun Devils preparing to face the Oregon State Beavers here at Sun Devil Stadium this weekend. And as Coach Danny Gonzalez said of his defense, he's looking for significant contributions from Merlin Robertson, who last week versus Washington led the team in tackles and has been showing out in the early part of the season. When ASU's first depth chart was released prior to their showdown with UTSA, Merlin Robertson wasn't even listed as a starter. But after racking up 24 total tackles through the first 4 weeks of the season, the second best mark on the team, the freshman has found himself firmly planted in Danny Gonzalez's starting lineup.
Oh, it's been great. Honestly, ever since that first game, UTSA, it's just like I got real comfortable with with playing to the next level, and with my teammates too, having my teammates with me. I got a lot of chemistry with them, so it's just having people on the field with you that I can count on, and rely on, it eases up a lot for me. So.
Robertson leads the team with 3.5 tackles for loss and has also picked up 2.5 sacks. He was involved in 2 sacks in a row to help seal ASU's upset of Michigan State. But while Robertson is drawing heavy praise from his coaches for his work ethic and determination, they still say he has a lot of room to grow.
The most consistent defensive player through 4 weeks has probably been Merlin Robertson. He's always in the right spot. 95% of the time, he's physical enough. Occasionally, he'll play something wrong, more off of just experience, not so much technique or not being in the right spot. He'll take a guy on the wrong way, and he'll fight to get back in position. Sometimes it's a little bit too late, but he's probably by far been the most consistent. The maturing process will keep getting better, and if they all continue to be consistent like Merlin, we'll be pretty good.
And with the Oregon State Beavers in town this weekend, ASU is going to be looking for some more contribution out of their most consistent defensive player this season, Merlin Robertson. Braiden, back to you.
Thanks, Alex. We'll come right back to you in a moment, but now I'm joined in studio by WCSN football analyst Harley Yearout. Harley, ASU's defense is young, and they're still learning, and that's been obvious so far this season. The first 2 games looked great. The last 2, it's been a different story. What has changed?
Well, Braiden, I'm not really sure anything has changed. It seems to just be a case of ASU's young defense not traveling well on the road. I was talking to Chase Lucas on Wednesday, and he seemed to think that nothing has changed in their game plan. They're just losing these games by less than a touchdown. So you look at the numbers here, and ASU allowed 311 yards in their loss to San Diego State on the ground. And then, of course, the game against Washington, the defense seemed to show up. The offense just quite wasn't there. But through the first 2 games, ASU's defense was the talk of the nation, put them into the top 25 at number 23. And like you said, since then, it's just been quite a fall.
Now over to the offense. It seemed like the Sun Devils are trying to establish a new identity. What did you see, Alex?
And yeah, Braiden, it really was the Eno Benjamin show last weekend versus Washington. The sophomore racked up 26 carries, rushing for just over 100 yards in the game. But it was really important for ASU to establish that ground and pound running game early, and they really did that with Benjamin. They went to him 6 straight times in that first drive, netting a touchdown out of it. And they also got some significant contributions from Eno Benjamin, Isaiah Floyd, as well as Traylon Smith. So looking forward, that ground and pound running game is going to be important for them, but expect to see them open it up a little bit more and air it out with Manny Wilkins this coming weekend.
It's a great point, Alex. We'll see what ASU does in their next game, and we'll bring back Harley Yearout now to predict that game and give us some analysis. Oregon State on Saturday. The Devils are finally back home after those 2 tough road losses. What do you expect to see against one of the teams that have really struggled in the Pac-12 recently?
Braiden, I think this is going to be a really interesting game. As Alex mentioned, this is a chance for ASU to find some balance offensively. Of course, against Washington, they went very run-heavy, and the passing numbers weren't quite there. This is a game for the offense to really find some balance and get right. And for the defense, it's a chance to show their stuff. For the offensive side of the ball, Oregon State ranks 3rd to last in defense this season, and that's a good shot for Arizona State to get going here. You want to look back a few years ago where Arizona State had a chance to play in the college football playoff, the first ever college football playoff, and Oregon State played spoiler. I don't expect anything like that this week. I think ASU wins by at least 21 points.
So the Devils going from the big-time underdog last week. Now they're the big-time favorites. We'll see how they adapt to that. Harley, Alex, great stuff as always. And for more content on ASU football, visit